Respectfully, many. Uh,
And be careful.
and that's okay, and that's absolutely fine because you're here to keep taking small leaps forward, and no one expects a big bang and improvement overnight. But I think if you're having the right questions and you have the right conversations to explain why we're doing things or why we want certain information with a business, you actually find that most leaders and most people get it. So what we had, a number of key challenges that we had. We had CXC in place before the RPO went live, which worked really well, and you guys provide a great service for onboarding our contractors. I think what we didn't have is hiring leads not knowing where to go for an actual resource. So process steps, very simply mapping out the journey of hiring or looking to hire a contingent resource, and putting those processes in place so they have a contact person, but also a system to go through so that it's not dependent and not single point dependencies on that, and some education around it. So we've remapped out all the educational pieces for them. And it just gives leaders a lot more certainty and knowledge. So we started there. So that was a challenge, and it's been a big challenge for changing comms across the business in the last 12 months. Cost control. The old saying goes, if you give a lead a blank piece of paper, they will fill it with all the resources in the world that they may want. But actually, are they required? Are those resources required? So, very much a cost control. I think to Dev's point before, we probably had a similar challenge with many agencies sending through lots of different contractors. We've cut that right down. So we've put an RPO in, and we have a small sub panel of agencies now that can provide resources as and when we need. We do direct sourcing as well now, and we also then rely on our partners for extra resource when needed for certain unique skills that we can't find. And making sure we get the resource that's required for that particular piece of work. So I think many challenges for us, and we're still going through them. But I think as this maturity journey goes out, it's allowing us now to be quicker and more efficient in going to find the appropriate talent, and making sure that the business, the journey for the business leaders with CXC, to make sure there's a really clear understanding of what we're doing when we want it, and how we would like it, is there. And we also then brought in which I'll touch on shortly, a contingent management specialist that actually owns a relationship internally with the contractors and the leads, to make sure that there's all three areas talking, from a lead to a contractor to CXC, and that was a big challenge for us. Often contractors were finding that they were sort of didn't know where to go to or talk to within the AIA just with CXC. So now we've tightened that up, which is a big challenge for us, but it's working well.